Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another Rookie Card Collector 123 video. In today's episode, we are going to continue looking at the Baseball Hall of Fame True Rookie Cards for each individual in the Baseball Hall of Fame. We're working backwards from Z. This will be the second episode. So today, we're going to start with Dick Williams, former manager for several different teams, including Boston Red Sox, San Diego Padres, and a few others. So Dick Williams appears in the 1952 Topps set. This is actually a pretty tough rookie card to pick up. He's part of the high number series, and being a Hall of Fame rookie, those tend to be scooped up fairly quickly. So to find one in decent condition at a reasonable price, not the easiest thing in the world. Not the rarest card, but definitely a challenge. When I was collecting these back in the early 2000s, this is one of the tougher ones I had to come across. Next up will be Chicago Cubs outfielder Billy Williams. Williams appears on the 61 Topps, part of the 61 rookies with the yellow stars in the upper corner there. Williams was a great outfielder for Chicago. Played throughout the 60s and the first half of the 70s. Also got to play on a couple of the Oakland Athletics World Championship teams from the mid-70s with Reggie Jackson and that whole group. So Billy Williams, famous Chicago Cub outfielder. Next up we're going to look at is former Negro League baseball individual J.L. Wilkinson. Wilkinson was not a player, but he was a executive. He was an owner of a ball club for many years and also a pioneer. So he's in the Negro League Museum as a Negro Leaguer, but also would qualify for the executive pioneer group as well. Wilkinson owned the Kansas City Monarchs and also the famously the All Nations ball club, which was put together during the 19-teens and starred Jose Mendez and John Donaldson. They would tour across the country, mainly the Midwest area, playing other ball clubs. They had team members from seven different countries were on that ball club, including China, U.S., Panama, and several others. So Wilkinson had, of course, no playing days cards, being from the Negro Leagues. He was in the 19-teens through the 30s era, primarily. No cards. So his earliest individual appearance is the 2006, when the Hall of Fame, for his induction year, put out one of the yellow Hall of Fame plaque postcards, as they do for everybody when they enter the Hall of Fame. So that's the J.L. Wilkinson rookie card. And fourth one, last one on this page we're going to look at here is Hoyt Wilhelm. Wilhelm falls pretty much into the same category as Dick Williams. He's in the 52 Topps high number series. So again, very tough card to pick up, especially at an affordable price. Wilhelm was the first great relief pitcher that specialized in that area. Before Raleigh Fingers, who probably was the second coming after him. Spent a lot of years with the Giants. Also played for the Chicago White Sox, and known for his knuckleball. So Wilhelm, 52 Topps high number rookie card. Next one we're going to look at is another former Negro League guy. This is Sol White. Sol White was a ball player in the earliest days of baseball. He goes back to the 1870s and early 1880s. He played for some of the semi-pro and amateur teams here in the U.S., as well as playing winter ball in Cuba. Sol White was a second baseman, middle infielder. Um, his greatest area of contribution to baseball, though, would be later on as a manager, executive, pioneer. One of the things Sol White was most famous for, he put out the first book which really documented African American baseball. He published that in 1907, and it has some of the earliest images of some of the black baseball clubs, and also integrated clubs that included black players as well as some white players. That was one of Sol White's major contributions, but he was also an executive in the 1910, 1900s, 19 teens era for the Philadelphia Ball Club, the New York Lincoln Giants Ball Club, as well as playing up through the early 1900s as a player as well. So Sol White made multiple contributions to the game, especially in black baseball. His rookie card here, this is the 1978 Lachlan. So Lachlan more famously printed a card set of Negro League ball players in '74, which was called Old Time Black Stars. The '74 set includes most of the biggest names, which were Josh Gibson, Satchel Paige, Oscar Charleston, Martin Digo, and a whole bunch of other guys. There was 35 cards in the set. So in '78, Bob Lachlan did a second series, included some of the guys that were left out of the first series from '74, and that included Sol White. And since Sol White had no previous individual card appearances, the '78 Lachlan Long Ago Black Stars card is his true rookie card. So that's Sol White from the Negro Leagues. Next up, we have James Deacon White. White played baseball in the 19th century, one of the early star players. Played several positions, played catcher, as well as infield and outfield. Played for Philadelphia, played for the Detroit clubs in the 1880s that won multiple championships. White was a more recent inductee to the Hall of Fame. It took many years for him to be selected. His rookie card appears in the Old Judge set, which is the N172. 1887 to 1890 these were issued. White has multiple poses in the Old Judge set. This is one of them, and would be Deacon White's true rookie card. Next one we're going to look at is from a very popular set, the T206. I think that's our first rookie card from there, which is Zach Wheat. T206 was produced from 1909 to 1911. There's a number of different advertising backs based on the companies that printed these, the tobacco companies. Sweet Caporal and Piedmont were the most common to find, and then there's other much more rare backs, somewhere around 15, 16 different backs. Zach Wheat starred for the Brooklyn, they were called the Superbas before the Brooklyn Dodgers. So he started in the National League with Brooklyn from around 1909 through the teens and into the 20s. Excellent outfielder, great hitter, and one of the early Dodger stars. So T206, Zach Wheat rookie card. And next up we have another one of the Negro League guys, Willie Wells. Wells was a great shortstop in the Negro Leagues. He came up the early to mid 20s. St. Louis Stars were his first early Negro League ball club in the U.S. Like many of the Negro League guys, he also played overseas many winters in different countries, Venezuela and Mexico, Cuba, all these places to earn extra income rather than just spend the off season taking it easy. So Wells played for some of the, like I said, the real big Negro League teams. He played for the Pittsburgh Crawfords and Homestead Grays at some point. Um, Played for the Newark Eagles. That was his primary team as he got into the late 30s and into the 40s. And Wells was widely regarded after Pop Lloyd as probably the next best shortstop to ever play in Negro League baseball. Unfortunately, he never made it to the major leagues. He was still playing in the late 40s when Jackie Robinson joined the Dodgers, but probably too old at that point to first start making a major league appearance. So Wells, as I mentioned before, he's in the 74, the first Lachlan Black Stars set. This was the all-time Black Stars, and he appears on there as his first individual card. Again, these guys had no Negro League cards from those days, so this is for Willie Wells's true rookie card, first individual card appearance. Next card we're going to look at is Mickey Welch. Mickey Welch was another 19th century guy. He was a pitcher primarily for the New York Giants ball club. They famously had 6 Hall of Famers during the late 1880s. Welch was a star pitcher. Him and Tim Keefe combined to make quite a duo of starting pitchers back in the 1880s for the Giants. This rookie card is an Old Judge Tobacco Series card. Again, Welch appeared on multiple different Old Judge cards with different poses. This is one of them. This one actually at the bottom of the card, just underneath his feet, notates Smiling Mickey, as was his nickname. So Mickey Welch, rookie card, Old Judge, N172. And next to him we have George Weiss. George Weiss was a major league executive, most prominently with the New York Yankees. General manager, front office. He had no playing, obviously he never played in the major leagues. He did play baseball on some amateur teams. But his first MLB rookie card, true rookie card, would be from the 1973 to 1980. It's a commemorative set, TCMA all-time greats. They had a lot of the old-time stars from back in the day, the early 1900s. George Weiss's first card in there, so that George Weiss true rookie card. Next up, we're going to have Earl Weaver, all-time great manager from the Baltimore Orioles. Weaver played some baseball, played in the minor leagues during the 40s, 50s, then began managing in the minors and made it up to the major leagues. This is a 69 tops Earl Weaver with Baltimore, mainstream card. And the only real Earl Weaver rookie card. Next to him, we have a John Monty Ward. Ward was another 19th century old timer, the Old Judge Series N172. Again, Ward also played for the Giants club, the same club as Welch and Tim Keefe and a few other Hall of Famers. Ward pitched and also played the field, was an excellent hitter. Appeared on numerous Old Judge poses in the set. This is one of the more popular ones. One of the main things I'll mention, since I didn't mention it yet, The old Judge cards, in addition to the typical corners and surface and edges and all, and centering condition wise, probably the number one thing to look out for when you're looking at old Judge cards is not any of those characteristics as much as the image on the card. These were actual real photographs that were mounted on a cardboard backing. And sometimes the image on the card, especially over 150 years or so now, those images tended to fade. Some of them became more of a sepia tone rather than the original black and white. So the image on the card is most important when it comes to valuing these old Judge cards, and also obviously eye appeal. If you can barely see the player image on the card, even if the card is in mint condition, it doesn't really do a whole lot of good. So the contrast and the image, the bold image, is really the key factor on the old Judges. So John Ward, true rookie card, old Judge, 1887 to 1890. Okay, next one we're going to look at is one of the Wayner brothers from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Both of them started their careers in the mid-20s. This is Lloyd Wayner, the younger brother, also known as Little Poison. Wayner played for the Pirates beginning in the late 20s. He played through the 30s into the early 40s. Eventually he moved on to the Brooklyn Dodgers. Wayner appears on this rookie card. It's a 1927 York Caramels. So this was a popular candy card series, very similar to some of the ice cream issues from the same era. They made Younglings and Tharps and a couple of other brands of ice cream cards. So this is black and white. The York Caramels came in two different types. There was a type 1 and a type 2. The backs determine which is which. I don't have the back pictured here, so I can't identify which one this one is, but the Lloyd Wayner true rookie card from the Pirates. And like I said, his brother Paul Wayner also played for the Pirates at the same time. Paul was an outfielder, more of a slugger. Lloyd was more of a hit and run guy, a lot of singles, a lot of stolen bases. Wayner was more of the power hitter, batted in the middle of the Pirates lineup throughout the 20s, the 30s. And Wayner's rookie card appears in the 1926 to 1929 postcard back exhibit series. This was a series issued over multiple years. These also came, some of them came with backgrounds, like stadium backgrounds and field backgrounds, and some of them, the backgrounds were colored out, as the Paul Wayner that's pictured here. There's no background. The no backgrounds tend to be a little bit tougher to find. They did not make no backgrounds in all the players in the set. But the Paul Wayner rookie card, 26 to 29 postcard back exhibits. Like the name says, these had postcard backs as opposed to the usual blank backs that most of the exhibits had. Wayner also appeared in a 1926 Spalding, or Sports Company of America was also called. It was a black and white card series about the size of the York Caramel, similar to the Lloyd Wayner that I showed you. Those were tough to find, and Wayner also has a card in there from 26. That would be another option for Paul Wayner rookie card. Next one we're going to show is Bobby Wallace. Wallace was a shortstop who actually began playing in the late 1890s. Through the 1900s and into the early 19teen era. The card here for Wallace, the true rookie card, is a W600 Sporting Life cabinet. So these were basically the image of the ball player on a cabinet card, which usually measured about 5.5 by 8 or so. These W600s had 4 different types produced. The different types were determined by the advertising of the Sporting Life magazine, the address and all at the bottom of the cabinet. You can see it in the black print there. There was 4 different logos that they used. This is the earliest logo. So this would have been the 1902 early time frame, as opposed to the later years where the logo changed. We're going to look at the newer Type 4 logo in the next image. So Wallace started first for the Cleveland Spiders, then played for St. Louis. The St. Louis, what would be the St. Louis Browns of the American League in the 1900s. Appears in the T206 set. So he spent quite a few years in Major League Baseball. Like I said, shortstop and W600 true rookie card for Bobby Wallace. And the last player we're going to look at today is Ed Walsh. Walsh was a Hall of Fame pitcher for the Chicago White Sox. He also has a rookie card in the 1902-11 W600 Sporting Life card series. Same thing applied that I just talked about with Wallace. The mount on the bottom there, this logo was actually the Type 4, which was the later issued logo with the Sporting Life information on it at the bottom. The backs of these were all blank. Walsh was a very significant starting pitcher in Major League Baseball at the turn of the century. Began his career in the mid-1900s, around '04 or so, and he played through the teens, the mid-teens. Did not have a long career. Has one of the lowest career ERAs of all time. He might be number 2 or 3 or somewhere up really high. He's in the 1.8 or 1.9 range. I did not look it up, but Ed Walsh, Hall of Fame true rookie, W600 Sporting Life cabinet card. So that's going to wrap up today's episode. We looked at another 16 Hall of Fame rookies, pre-war, post-war players, executives, a little bit of everything, some Negro Leaguers. So again, hope you enjoyed the episode here. Again, if anybody's interested in trying to get involved with a committee that we're looking to establish to try to come to some sort of consensus on what everybody considers rookie cards for all the Baseball Hall of Famers, please reach out. Just leave a message down below in the comments. I'd be happy to get some feedback and start some dialogue with anybody who's interested. Right now we have a couple of us and would like to get a few more people involved if that's possible. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.